Okay, so this will be the beginning of part 2. I decided to do this in 2 parts so it's easier to upload. So we just finished making this fan with the green feathers, really small green feathers. So you should look about like this at this time. And now we're going to start making the big fan on the peacock. So the first thing that we need to do is make the main, like I'll call it like the stem part of the feather. I don't know what the technical term is for it. So all I'm going to do is take little bits of white and twist them up, make really small and long pieces. And then these will be laid out from the middle of the peacock outward. So these will all go, you want them pointing in like the very center, kind of at the base of where this fan is, right here. So we want them all to point back to that. And so you'll just lay them down and just felt right on top of that white all the way out. And we're going to do that all the way around. When you get up close here, there'll be some shorter ones. Closer to the bottom, I meant. So we're just going to make a few shorter ones. Okay, so now you have the white part of the fan done. And now we're going to add the coloring to the fan. So you're going to need your light green and your brown. And what we're going to do here is take a little bit of each. We're going to blend it together. So for blending, take one color, lay another on top of each other, take by the ends and pull apart, and lay them back on top of each other, and pull apart, and continue until the colors are fairly blended. I don't need them super blended for this part. So that is about good. And now you're gonna need scissors. And this is one of the only projects that I've used scissors to cut the wool. It just gives a better aesthetic, I think. Because in real life on a peacock, there's all these little barbs that come off for the feathers. And I'm not going to make all those little barbs, but we're going to make it look like the coloring. So I'm going to take my scissors and cut off this wool, like a 1/2 inch sections. We're just going to cut it and leave these bits all over the fan. Don't want to make too thick. You want to be able to see the white through it a little bit. So just do like a thin layer. You can pull it apart a little bit. But we're going to cover this entire fan. So just do this all over. Okay, so now I have the fan covered, so I'm going to felt this down, and this is a really good time where if you have a multi-needle tool, this is a great part of the project to use it. I don't use it a lot on this project because there's a lot of fine detail work, but this works great. I have one that I just bought on Amazon, I believe, and there are 7 holes, but I only have 4 needles in it because I like the feeling of the 4 needles better. And I believe I do have coarse needles on here. But the thing I like about using coarse needles with this tool is that it's harder to push it in very far. So it actually works out a little bit better because usually when I use just one coarse needle, I'm pushing the needle in too far. But this works really good. So just felt all over. If you only have one needle, it's just going to take you a little bit longer. But I really like this multi-needle tool for this purpose. Okay, so I got the first layer felted down. I'm going to peel it off very gently at this time because we added a whole bunch more. So just very slowly so you don't stretch your background piece too much. Because your background piece is just pre-felt if you have the kit. And pre-felt isn't as dense as like a regular felt piece, but I like to use it because it's easier to felt into. It does stretch a little bit, so a lot of times I start with a smaller piece, or because it will stretch out for the final result. Or you just make sure that you can, trim the sides if you need to fit it in, a certain size. Okay, so I'm going to add a little bit more in the thin spots, like right around the peacock here. I will add more and then just felt in with just the one needle. So I'm going to cut some here, add some over here. I'm going to just take my one needle so I can felt closer around the head. Okay, so that seems to be felted down enough, and I can still see the white underneath. And so next part, we're gonna start adding those what looks like eyes onto the fan. And this is the most time consuming part. So this will take you a while to do. But it's also like the most important part of the peacock as well. So for the eyes, you need black, your dark blue, the teal color, and a little bit of brown or tan. You can set all the other colors aside. Okay, so for these eyes, they're pretty much circles on top of each other. And you start with the teal. Now these should be a little bit smaller. Well, it should be smaller than the head. So I'm going to start over here, down close. On the very edges, there are more like all in a line. And then the rest of the fan, they're more spread out. But we're going to start over here. And you'll just make like an oval shape. Let me zoom in so you can see a little bit better what I'm doing. So make a circle or an oval with the teal. When you're going around, you might have to felt down the back a little bit more so it doesn't stick up. Okay, so did the teal, and now you can take the brown, and you want to take a little, very little bit, because you're going to be layering these colors on top of each other, and you don't want it to be too dense. So you're going to make a smaller oval inside that one with your tan or your brown. Then you're going to take the dark blue and make a smaller oval inside there. And then take a little bit of the black and you're going to put that inside the blue. Just like that. So we're just going to repeat that process. Going to use the teal. And then the brown, just felt very lightly, felt it down. You don't need a whole lot of pressure on your needle to do this. And then the blue, a little bit too much. And black. Okay, sorry about the camera issue there. My ring light is kind of broken and I had to fix it. So for the bottom part of the fan, they have all these eyes in a row. So you want to put them close together on here. And then from here, I'll start doing them more randomly, like one right here, over here. And you want to place them on top of where you put the white part of the feather, that middle part. You're going to put them right on top of those. But do them more randomly here and there around the whole fan. So I'll do a couple more here, make sure you have it down since my video screwed up earlier. So we put the teal down in an oval. And then we take brown, and we add brown in the middle, and then we take the dark blue and add that, and that really can go down towards the bottom of the brown. And then the black goes on top of the blue near the bottom, just like that. And I'll just show you where I'm going to do some more so you have an idea before I bring it to the end. Because this is going to be a time-consuming process, so I'm not going to show you, every single one. You should have it down to be able to do the eyes, and you just randomly place them. Okay, so I just finished filling out all my eyes on the peacock. You can put a few more in if you'd like, all up to you. But that is about it for the peacock. So if you have any questions or comments, you can comment on this video, or you can send me an email or Facebook or Instagram message. My email is mcslivestock@gmail.com. You can see me on Instagram at sheepishly-made and on Facebook at sheepishly-made and MCS Livestock. Thanks for watching, and we will see you again.